You do know why we're not more technologically advanced than we are, right? Think of this. If you had a replicator is a system that creates anything out of thin air. It's not thin air, it's talking and programming the atoms on a molecular atom, quantum atom level that can make a copy and reproduce anything. A replicator is possible, and we have the tech to make it. Yet a replicator would literally collapse the entire system. There would be no need for supermarkets, shopping plazas, malls, food stations, gas stations. Well, I mean gas stations for gas, but that does not include the technology that I'm going to talk about in a minute too, which would replace all those, okay? So anything that you can purchase a good would cease to exist if you owned a replicator. Which leads me to power. Do you know why you don't have devices that take from the 0-point energy of ether, which has already been proven? Tesla proved this. If you had a system that took energy right from the air, it would collapse the entire energy system. Oil, electric, you would have no need for them. Now, those two businesses already, you see how big we're getting? And finally, med beds. Do you know why there are med beds? And you know what? They're very real. I even have the blueprints for one. Med beds would collapse the entire pharmaceutical, okay, and hospital and doctors would all crumble. Now, with that thought in mind, all of these people, how much money did they pay to get educated to be in these parts of their lives? So think about it, okay? We don't have replicators because it would literally crumble the system. We don't have 0-point energy because it would literally crumble the system. And we don't have med beds because it would literally crumble the system. Those three items right there. Oh, and the fact that you can actually make drinking water out of thin air, which they now have machines for that are being built and processed. It's very simple. But if you did that, then they couldn't control you anymore. Oh yeah, I said it. Do you know that pretty much all of the drinking water all over the United States has fluoride in it? Fluoride has been proven to calcify your pineal gland. When your pineal gland is calcified and closed, you are more susceptible to mind control. Yeah, they're doing it. You just don't see it. You don't know it. But that's okay. The system needs to crumble, okay? Anything built upon sand is going to crumble. And all of these industries were built upon sand, meaning built upon greed, out of the need for want for money. You see what I'm saying? So you have a very, very, very large system that can crumble any moment when we get the tech that is rightfully ours. So of course this is a scary thing, and this is why they're fighting so hard to prevent it from happening. However, the replicator, 0-point energy, and med beds are all your birthright. Technology is advanced enough to the point where these three things can now exist. And the great thing about the replicator, a replicator has a trash can that works in the opposite, okay? It breaks it down to its nothing level. It's hard for many people to understand, but you got to understand that this reality, sound, frequency, and vibration is quantum, okay? Quantifiable. You can quantifiably copy something and replicate it with quantum printers, okay? You no longer need a source for anything because it literally talks all the way down to the molecular atom and telling it how to rearrange. I mean, everything is the same thing. Everything is atoms, just rearranged in different ways. So the garbage cans will work in reverse with the replicator. You'll put it down and break it down to molecular energy of nothing. This is all used with cymatics and frequency and sound, okay? So this is all possible. This is all possible. This would heal the world in its totality. In its totality. But then I can hear people say, well, how are we going to make our money? Well, we all got to come up with something different because, people can just, you can literally make money out of thin air, okay? They're proving this with Bitcoin and digital coins, which actually have value. The only reason why we haven't come up with a currency that's good for all is because we're still divided, and divided we fall. So united we stand. It's divided we fall. See, the people perish for the lack of knowledge. That's all it is. But that's okay, because you have the awakened ones that are here that are bringing this truth to this reality, because it is your birthright and no longer will it be kept from you. We just have to get through the crumbling of the system. It truly is an inevitable process that is now taking place. Have no fear. You are the human race, and this was all made for you. Just gotta know who you are and understand the truth of this reality. You live in a simulation, baby. Yeah, wake up. No, I'm not joking either. Finish that one at 4:44. Why? Because everything in this reality is a simulation. It is divine. You need to wake up, baby. Wake up so you can stop creating the darkness that's been infiltrating your life in a way you just don't even know.